boom, it's made, it's done, and it will work. It will. Multispinner. It is just as cool as it sounds. My personal opinion, it goes for split number 1, number 2 rank in my arm wrestling handle arsenal. I got introduced to Multispinner by Devon Larratt, I think like most people have. But for quite some time, I underutilized it in my training. For past, I would say half a year, I've been really paying more attention, trying to figure out where it can increase my and my student arm wrestling game. I will share today some interesting things that I have learned, show my different styles of training. Multispinner is very easy to adapt to your style. So if it's a press, it will work. If it's a hook, it will work. And if it's a top roll, it also will work. So if you want to go a little bit more specific to your style than just, you know, abstractly working on many different things together, this is a great way to pretty much niche down on your technique. While any kind of rolling handles, it's very hard to make them by yourself. You pretty much either need to buy it or go to some welders or 3D printers and just create, because it's tough to make one. Here, super easy. Like pretty much you can make a multi-spinner out of anything. And I literally mean anything. All you need is something like tube. So this is 3D printed handle, rolling handle. Let's take a strap, any kind of belt, string, anything will work. You just put it on one side. Let's say I'm gonna do it through my small finger here. Boom, it's made, it's done, and it will work. It will work just exactly like the big ones do. So I have different variations. So this was made by professional, as you see, so it's a difference. For me, it's too big. Like if I close my hands, if I take my hands out, like I'm not pulling Levon on daily basis, so this kind of angles really doesn't work for me. This is old Mazurenko handle. I think it's 60 millimeters. This is close, but not exactly, because again, even though here my arm, it's too big. Like usually the hands are pretty much the size of my arm, and you will never hold anything bigger. But I use it for many different things, and I'm going to share with you. So these two terrible ones I made last week. Like literally last week, I just went to a pretty much Home Depot store. Brought some PVC pipes, some duct tape, some strap, and just made one. So here it fits exactly like the arm fits, and it's really good. You need, in my opinion, different variations. Not that hard. Go buy some PVC pipes, get the strap, get the tape, and make it. It's really great exercise. I'm going to share you for many reasons why, but one of those is because you can make it really easily. How easily? This is a resistance band, and this is a shaker bottle. So I'll set up like this. I hope I'm not outside the frame, but let's say going through here, done, you know. Bottle, shaker bottle, liquid chalk bottle, anything. Let's go the other way around, like this, and it's done. So it's pretty much, you don't have a cable system because most of the exercise can be done on cable system. Use a resistance band, super easy. Why I like these is, like I said, you can really specify down to your style. You can mimic what you're doing. So if you want to get to the starting position of a press, you can do it here. The angles will hit just right. If you want to be a top roll, low hand top roll, posting top roll, all those will work. If you want it to be a hook where you attack with your hand, it will work. Where you drag with your bicep, it will work. It will put the pressure on there. When you use any like different styles of handles, it's very hard to specify down to these. Another thing, a lot of times you guys gonna experience, just like I did and most people do, experience some pain. So you will do some, let's say, any kind of exercise, you're holding something and you will feel pain right here, and you will feel pain right here. So with this, you can put more pressure, and by keep on adding pressure, adding volume, and just working on it, strengthen these positions. It's very hard to do it. Like sometimes you will have, wrist feels good when it's here, but when you bend it, it feels like pain here, and you just take a, like this, you just bend it, and you do some variations of training, either static lifts or dynamic lifts, and you will add pressure to those points, make them stronger. It works really good on stabilization. So most of the time in arm wrestling, you need stabilize whatever you're doing. So more you have stability in your arm and forearm, more power you can achieve to your arms, to your hands, or anything. If you look at any other sport, if you lack stability, you cannot perform the movement with a lot of power. Here, and let's get to a cable system. Like, how do you set it up? How do you wrap it? I would say there are 3 variations. Each one is a little different than the other. And it's coming from my experiences. A lot of people do it differently. So I'm just sharing mine. If you have seen a different way and if it works better for you, cool. First one is no wrap. So you just turn it on the opposite side of your arm. So it will try to rotate outside of your hand. So you have to use more finger pressure. And that's exactly what it is. If you wrap it like this, exercise you're gonna do will have more finger pressure, because now you have to squeeze it to hold it, you know, and you will have more containment. So more grip, less stability, less wrist, more fingers. Simple wrap would be, let's say we're gonna work on our top roll. So I'm gonna take it on the bottom side right here, and I'm just gonna wrap it around. So 2 variations, either like under the thumb, like this. So here, there's more stability involved because it's out over and outside. You put the strap higher, more stability is involved. You put it lower, you know, a little less. And you will feel it really here, like really on top of your hand. If you're top roller and you're trying to pronate or attack through your first 2 fingers, this is it. Other one is through the thumb. So here it's a little less on the fingers because it's holding by your palm. So as you see, there's no involvement of the fingers, but I can really focus on wrist flexion, like really focus on wrist flexion, as well as keeping my pronator high, stability of the hand. So the double wrap will work if it's a longer strap. So you take it like this, you got it once, twice, so either through the thumb or under the thumb, like this. And you can do the same things. Like I like this, but with one strap it works just as well. So it keeps my palm in a place, and you know, I can work on these things really, really well. So one more time, let's say you want to work on your hook, you wrap it like this, and it's done. So now you have everything in place, set up. Most tension's coming through the small fingers. That's where you want to activate it. You can drag, you can do a lot of things. We're going to cover it in the next video where we talk about the exercises. But in this one, I just want you to understand how to wrap it. Angles, where it's coming from, all should change, because in arm wrestling, you never, like every arm is different, so you have to adapt to all those positions. So it's not good just working from one angle. You want to change it throughout your training. So for the top roll, starts on the bottom, goes on top, and done. And when I'm doing exercises like this, what I'm really going to focus on is rotating or curling through my first 2 fingers, because that's where you're adding most pressure. Also, I want to keep my riser involved. I want to keep my pronator right here. I don't want to do it like this, because then I'm losing all those things. If you're working with a wrap like this, all these will help you when you're fighting in a strap, because there's not that much pressure on your fingers. You still need containment and you still need direction through them, but you don't have to hold anything. When you do it no wrap, that's where you're most working with your fingers. That's where you're working with your containment. You take it high, it's more on the fingers, less on, I would say, radial side of your forearm. If you take it lower, it will be way harder to keep it together because there's more riser activation, more everything. And you want to work through it like this. Same thing goes to the bottom. You want to work on your hook. We go low, it's more on fingers, on flexion. We go higher, it's more on this ulnar side. And you will feel quite a big difference coming from here to here to here to here. So depending on what you need, you can find the correct variation how to add to your arm wrestling training as well as your injury prevention. There are a few other different variations how you can put on your multi-spinner. It goes through the fingers, so now it's more of finger containment, things like that. It's up for you to experiment and find the best variation for you. My suggestion would be try to feel like it should mimic something in an arm wrestling match. If it feels nothing like when you take someone's arm and arm wrestle on table, the pressure is not coming from the right angles. So that's what you should be aiming for. That's what you should be looking for in your exercises. Multi-spinner, in my opinion, really great exercise tool. I think anyone can benefit from it. Devon Larratt has been a huge proponent for this for quite some time, and I want to thank Devon for putting me on these exercises. But yeah, for me, I think they've been hugely involved in my personal arm wrestling gains and in success. So I just want to share with you guys. In next video, I'm going to share with you a few exercises, few outside and few inside moves that you can do with multi-spinner. So yeah, subscribe, like, share, stay strong. Love arm wrestling.